कनयवरिष्ठं सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिं परशुकमलहस्तं शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममाला ज्ञानलम्बोदरं तं मम हृदयनिवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि। रात्रौ च कृष्णं पुनरुत्थिताय ते कृष्णदेहा प्रविशन्ति कृष्णम् आज्यं यथा मन्त्रोपमुदाशे रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायां पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। चित्रैः पदैश्च गम्भीरैः वाक्यमानैरखण्डितैः गुरुभावं व्यञ्जयन्ति भाति श्रीजयतीर्थवाक् प्रणमत्कामधेनुं च भजत्सुरतरूपमं श्रीभावबोधकृत्पाद चिन्तामणिमुपास्महे। पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे अन्नपूर्णे सदा पूर्णे शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि पार्वती। हयग्रीव हयग्रीव हयग्रीवेति योदे तस्य निःसरते वाणी जन्नुकन्या प्रवाहोत् राकाचन्द्रसमानकान्तिवर्णं नाकाभिराजस्तुतं मूकानामपि कुर्वति सुरधुनी। वाक्वैभवं श्रीकाञ्चीनगरी विहाररसिकां शोकावहन्त्री सताम् एकां पुण्यपरम्परां पशुपते आकारिणी राजते। सत्यं विधातुं निजप्रत्यभाषितं व्याप्तिं च भूतेषु अखिलेषु चात्मनः अत्युष्यतमत्यद्भुतरूपमुद्वहन् तं भेदमायां न मृगं न मानुषं नरसिंहं न मृगं न मानुषम्। राक्षसेन्द्र हरीशस्त्वां भ्राता कुशलमब्रवीत्। Hanumanji belongs to that tribe which will speak of Rama wherever he finds. Even in the court of Ravana, he will find an excuse to speak on Ramayana. There was a king called Dashratha. He had 4 sons. The eldest was banished against the law of primogeniture to the forest with his wife and his brother Lakshmana. Sri Rama was wandering in the forest. At that time, his wife was missing. Parliamentary language, clear. No accusation, no unwarranted accusation, no using of the word abduction, kidnapping, which is so common in our newspapers today. All indecent language we use in public nowadays. There's no decency at all. Hanumanji says his wife was missing, and he searched for her high and low, came across Vali and Sugriva. Vali he killed with 1 arrow. Your Lord Rama is known for 1 arrow, 1 word, and 1 wife. Only 1. 1 arrow, he finished Vali. Don't worry, he has got many more arrows for you. That is the veiled threat. That is the veiled threat. I hope you understand what I mean. It's the veiled threat. You know who Vali is, Ravana? Vali is the fellow who brought you like a toy for his child to play in the cradle. That Vali was disposed by the Lord with 1 arrow. And Sugriva was made the king. I am one of Sugriva's ministers. My name is Hanuman. I am Vayuputra. How did I come here? Not by aircraft. You take a Pushpaka Vimana, I fly. I came flying across the ocean, and I wandered in your Lanka. While I wandered in Lanka, in the Ashokavanika, I found Mother Sita. Please return her to Rama. Give him a big hand. Decorous language, decent language. An ambassador represents his country. An ambassador cannot let down his country. by speaking indecent words in the parliament. He cannot call the king a kidnapper. He cannot call him names, because Ravana will say, do you have eyewitness? There was one eyewitness, and that was Jatayu, he died. Do you know? Did you see me carrying her away? No, no. He can't speak words which will hurt the decency of the court. And that's why he says, I wandered in Lanka and I found Mother Sita in your Ashoka Manika. Please return her to Sri Rama. No, says the 20 eyes of Ravana, how dare you advise me? I will not. If you will not, I will threaten you. Very soon you will hear the twang of Sri Rama's bow, Jhankara. His bow twang will be heard, and he will destroy you and your dynasty and you and your whole family and take away Mother Sita from here. This is the warning I give you. But I am Ravana. I have done tapasya. Does not matter. Even if you are protected by the four-faced Brahma or the three-eyed Shiva. Brahma Swayambhu Chaturananova Rudrastrinetra Tripurantakova Indro Mahendra Suranayakova Tratumna Shakta Yudhiramavatyam. When my Rama shoots an arrow, neither the three-eyed Shiva nor Indra Mahendra nor the four-faced Brahma can protect you. Ravana is angry. Kill him! Kill him! And everybody goes to kill him. Vibhishana says no. International political law even today says when two countries are waging war against each other, when the war is declared, by the first flight, the ambassador of that country has to be sent back home. Please remember that. You can blast the embassy after that, but not kill the ambassador. The ambassador cannot and should not be killed. This is international political law. You can consult your textbooks. I asked a professor and I got this detail. Hanumanji cannot be killed because he's an ambassador. In a lighter vein, I tell people, you can't kill the postman for a bad letter. Go and kill the writer of the letter, not the postman. Hanumanji has committed a mistake. He has killed so many people, including the prince Akshakumara. What shall we do? We will burn his tail. For every Vanara, the tail is very important. So they catch hold of the tail. Hanumanji watches them. They put rags of cloth around the tip of the tail, soak it in oil and set fire. Hanumanji says, now is the time for me. Very easy for me now to set fire to Lanka. It's easy for me because I was wondering where to get the fire to set fire to Lanka. And as this fire is burning, the tip of the tail is burning, systematic devastation starts. As Lanka is burning, how? The Ramayana says, I tell my town planning experts, please don't have ministers' houses in one road. From times of Lanka, this has been our mistake. All VIPs on one road, all embassies on one road. So easy for the terrorists to destroy them. No? How stupid town planning is, you understand? Hanumanji looks at every name board and everyone's home he's setting fire. Prahasta's house, Mahapashva's house, Bhadradamshtra's house, Mahateja's palace, Sarana's palace, Jambumali's palace, Sumali's palace, Indrajit's palace, Rashmiketa's palace, Surishatru's palace, Rasvakarna's palace, Damshtra's palace, Romasha's palace, Vidyujimha's palace, Kumbhakarna's palace, Makaraksha's palace. When he comes to Vibhishana's palace, he says, no, this is the man who saved me, and this is the Bhakta of the Lord. It has got the insulation of grace, fireproof, fireproof. He bows down and moves on to see Lanka burning, burning. What did I do? In a moment of caprice, in a moment of impulse, I set fire to Lanka. Mother Janki must be burning. She must be burning. She must be burning. What did I do? How impulsive I was. Hanumanji is thinking of Mother Sita and suddenly realizes that the tip of his tail is still burning like a lamp and the fire has not moved on to his body. The whole of Lanka is burning, which means the purpose of my visit is nullified. I came here all the way to save Mother Sita, and Ashoka must be burning because it's full of trees, highly combustible. And he comes out with a statement on anger. Lankam pradahata karma kinsvit kritamidam maya. What have I done? Dhanyaste purusha shreshta ye buddhya kopamuttitam nirundanti mahatmano deeptam agnimivambasa kruddha papam na kuryakaha क्रुद्धो हन्यात् गुरूनपि क्रुद्धः परुषया वाचा नरः साधून् अधिक्षिपेत् वाच्या वाच्यं प्रकुपितो न विजानाति कर्हिचित् न अकार्यमस्ति क्रुद्धस्य न अवाच्यं विद्यते क्वचित् यः समुत्पतितं क्रोधं क्षमयैव निरस्यति यथोरगस्त्वचं जीर्णां स वै पुरुष उच्यते. These are the authentic lines against anger in the Ramayana. Forgive me for confessing something lovely that happened in my life. When I was in my teens, I heard this passage from my Guruji, and I wrote an article. In those days, when I wrote the article, the Swarajya magazine published it, and the great Rajaji, Rajgopalacharya, looked at the article and asked Srimati M.S. Subbulakshmi's husband, Sadashivji, this lady must be 65. He said, no, she's 17. I got a lovely letter from Rajaji complimenting me on this. I can't forget it. Because I'd heard about anger from the West. I've thought about anger in the East. Look at the way we have analyzed anger. Please remember, anger is a subject you can discuss only when you're not angry. If you're angry and I ask you, what is the philosophy of anger? You will slap me. Now all of us are not angry. I hope you're not angry. But the moment we leave the hall and find somebody has parked his car against ours, a whole Vishnu Sahasranamam of abuses will start. That is how we fall a prey to anger. Hanumanji is desperate. I have written a note on anger. He has set fire to Lanka in a frenzy. The whole capital is burning. There is havoc everywhere. For a while he gloats over his achievement in destroying the villain's capital. In one moment, wisdom dawns on him that Mother Sita also must be burned to death in this large conflagration. He breaks down for a while, crying out eloquently against anger. Anger among our 6 internal enemies is the most common. It is found in one and all. It is basically a rajasic expression of one's ego. It is born out of impatience, lack of tolerance, opposition, or helplessness, even unwillingness to accept change. Every phrase is important. The Lord in the Gita says, this is the syllogism of self-destruction. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammohat smritivibramaha, smritibramshat buddhinashu, buddhinashat pranashyati. If you have no attachment, you don't have anger. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. When you have over-attachment, this is mine, this is mine. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate. When you do something harmful to what I love and what belongs to me, I get angry with you. If somebody is shouting at your neighbor's child, you're not bothered. Because your neighbor's child is your neighbor's child, not your child. But somebody shouts at your child, my son, my daughter, you said something, I won't spare you. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammohaha. The moment you're angry, your whole mind is berserk. Terrible. Sammohat smriti vibramaha. You forget what is to be done and what should not be done. Smriti vibramshat buddhinasho. Buddhinashat pranashyati. A man is destroyed by anger. Anger can destroy us. All anger is born out of an ego and excessive attachment to things or persons. It leads to mental aberration and emotional slush. Be warned against such a stage. It hurts the victim and the victor alike. It curses both, as mercy blesses both. Anger is temporary insanity, says a Western philosopher. Although the hero says to the heroine, you look beautiful when you're angry, I don't agree. I think she looks beautiful when she's smiling, not when she's angry. Anger is sometimes born of helplessness, which is a negative ego. Man must have his way from childhood. He is used to self-assertion and aggressiveness. It goes on to rule from birth to the grave. It causes deformity in the face and ugliness in the body. It causes imbalance of humors and leaves us sleepless. It disturbs us with its basic powers to shake us. It can grow enormous in proportion to make us commit a dire crime. I have in one sentence analyzed the effects of anger. Please listen carefully. It vitiates the vocabulary, accelerates the blood pressure, irritates the mind, exhausts the body, pains the heart, and leaves a scar on the soul. If we remember all this, we'll never get angry in life. Our BP will be normal. We don't need tranquilizers, peace or pieces, remember that. It vitiates the vocabulary, horrible words you use when you're angry, and then you say, I'm sorry, I did not mean it. Why the hell did you say it then? You meant it when you said it. You wanted to hurt somebody. The tongue was given to praise the Lord. I tell children, the tongue is Ganga. Don't make it a gutter. Don't make it a gutter. It was made to chant the name of the Lord, Madhura, Madhura, Madhura. It vitiates the vocabulary, it accelerates the blood pressure, irritates the mind, exhausts the body, pains the heart, and leaves a scar on the soul. Anger is a strange phenomenon which everyone hates and yet everyone succumbs to. It is common to all, but varies in degree. It can range from a volatile abuse to a gory crime. It can individually cause havoc or collectively cause a war. It is based on violence in the mind, leading to violence in thought, word, and deed. It has to be curbed like a snake throws off its skin with detachment. That is what the Ramayana says. Very strange. Very seldom do I watch the TV. But one day I was watching the Discovery Channel, and I find that on full moon days or new moon days, the serpent goes through two barks of trees or two boulders, two stones, and then passes. You know how the snake moves, very smooth, very soft. And as it moves, the skin is peeled off. That is the way we have to peel off anger, says the Ramayana. What a lovely analogy. Effortless and yet effortful. I hope you understand. It looks effortless, but to conquer anger is so difficult. When you call me a fool, I want to call you a bigger fool. My father was very logical. When somebody said, Dr. Rao, you are stupid, he would say, sit down. I know I'm not stupid. I know you're stupid in calling me stupid. What is the reason? He would say. I said, my God, how can you be calm with the person who's calling you stupid to your face? He said, Prema, I am not stupid, so why should I get angry? I'm a learned man, and a stupid fellow is calling me stupid. So first I should find out why he is calling me stupid. When you're logical, you'll never get angry. We get angry because we are illogical. Do you understand? When you're logical, you'll never get angry. When somebody is abusing you, fool, let him go. He does not know what he is saying. Please remember that it has to be curbed like a snake throws off its old skin with detachment as something to be cast away. It should be curbed with a will. It is recorded as a defect in the noble and as a habit in the ignoble. It is reprimanded whenever it is evident. Anger at times expresses violence against others. Sometimes in frustration is leveled against oneself. It leads to harming oneself, even to the extent of committing suicide. Many people bang their heads on the wall. I feel sorry for them. They get so angry because they can't bang anybody, they're banging themselves. Isn't that insanity? Hurting this poor body, which has been the house of the soul for so many years. Anger is a fire to be extinguished with the sprinkling waters of discretion. How do you like it? It is the phrase from the Ramayana. with the sprinkling waters of discretion, viveka, you have to curb, put off the anger, put out the anger, the fire of anger. Only the path of discretion, viveka, can control anger, or else it's like a forest fire turned wild. It is like a flood that is let loose. One way of controlling one's anger is to stop the flow of imagination for a while. One is angry, one imagines worse things and gets more angry. Another way to leave to leave the spot of anger. My Guruji used to say, if you're angry here, please move and come here. That particular spot is a spot of Rajoguna. Please move away from there. We are so stupid that we'll continue to stand there or come back to stand there and get angry. Because the Rajoguna is drawing us. Whenever we get angry, you'll remember me next time you're angry? And control your anger. He who has controlled his anger is a happy man. Shaknoti heiva sodum praksharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam vegam sayuktasya sukhi sanaraha. If you have a father's mind, you will be angry. If you have a mother's heart, you will never be angry, my dear listeners. Never. You forgive. A mother's heart forgives, not fault finding. Somebody asked me, what is the difference between a man preacher and a woman preacher? Interesting question. Reporters have very lovely questions to ask. So I said the man preacher is a father, fault finding. The woman preacher is a mother, forgiving faults. That is what we are. We don't come here to find fault with you. We are persuading you, cajoling you, bringing you to the Lord with the softest words possible. When you control your anger, you have softened your heart. This gives one positive power. It makes us stop before we reach the precipice. It prevents us from heartburns and following repentance. It is an energy tablet for the victim of anger. It's an antidote to ego, which is the cause of anger. It is an inspiration to the feeble heart, the insecure mind, and the troubled soul. The name of the Lord in one moment can wipe out tons of anger and plant blossoms of peace therein, my dear listeners. Tons of anger. One name of the Lord has got so much power. It can re-energize man to look at life from a new angle. It makes us recover fast from the onslaught of anger and brings us to the realm of equilibrium, sobriety, and tranquility, the most desirable state of the mind. Did you like the analysis on anger? This is what I wrote for myself and for you. Hanumanji says, hey, what have you done? The whole of Lanka is burning. And then he looks at the tip of his tail. It is not burning further. Nunam Rama Prabhavena. Nowadays people achieve small things in life and you ask them, how come you achieved? Because of my yogic power. Because of my sadhana. Shoot you down. What are you? But by the Lord's grace. You are nothing but by His grace. Hanumanji says, by Rama's grace and my mother's kripa, my tail is not burning further. When this is her power, how can she become a part of the ashes that are burning the whole of Lanka? She cannot be burned. And then he overhears some passerby saying, the whole of Lanka is burning, but Ashokavanika is not burning. The power of Sita is the insulation there. I hope you understand. When Krishna and Rama's grace are there, how can anything burn them down? Don't you remember the last scene of the war? All the victors, the winners, were piled in a row. Each victor was sitting in his chariot, and the charioteer had to hold his hand for the master to put his foot on it and jump off the chariot. Yudhishthira did so, Bhima did so, Nakula did so, Sahadeva did so. Arjuna wanted Krishna to hold his hand for him to walk on. How much of ego man has. Even after hearing the 18 chapters of the Gita, then what about you and me? The Lord said, sorry sir, our case is different. You have to jump off, not me. The angry Arjuna said, look at the way he insults me. I am such a professionally proficient archer. I am an ambidextrous warrior. I fight with two arms and the Lord is insulting me. Look at the way he hurts my ego. Look at the way he hurts. And yet he had to jump off. When he jumped off the chariot, the Lord smiled at him, the omniscient smile. And then the Lord jumped off the chariot. The chariot was burned to ashes. Arjuna looked at him and said, Swami, that stupid fellow, had I jumped off first, you would have become bhasma, you would have become ashes, because this whole chariot contains all the mantras and curses of Bhishma, Drona, Kripa and Karna. I was the protecting force for you, Arjuna. I was the protecting force.